Good evening, everybody. Oh, everyone's backing out. This has not gone well. Everyone has what? Um, what is going on?
I'm confused.
Has
What's happened
have you
here?
has everyone backed out for you as well?
Yes.
Um, well, I mean, we would be here for the season finale title decider of IIRL, but we have absolutely no idea what has happened. Apparently the race lobby has just died, so good. We will get back with our earlier scheduled programming in just a moment. But I am hit back. Stocks is back for the season finale title decider in Saudi Arabia, and we are back with the man who managed to find the kebab van on time this week.
We're here. We are
It's
back.
Killian. He missed
Hello,
last week, but he's
everybody.
he's back for the title decider this week, and it's a very, very great to have you back in the commentary box, Mr. Killian.
We took a very long detour last week. We ended up in Vienna for their kebab vans. Don't know how that happened. I think my map was upside down, and I went to Spielberg instead of Saudi. That's what it was. My dyslexia kicked in. But we're back. We are freshly rested, no longer ill, can actually speak without hacking up vital fluids. It feels good. It feels good.
Yes, it
Ready for the title
does.
decider.
Obviously, I think this is the big one, isn't it? It's the one that we've been waiting for all season. The culmination of this battle between Willow and JohnJohn. We knew it was going to happen, but I think for it to come down to the final race weekend has been absolutely incredible. Of course, Willow has had some penalties here and there that have maybe kind of ruined the gap, but it's still on for Willow if he can pull off a great result and have JohnJohn. JohnJohn. I think not finish is what the
It's pretty much all he needs to do is
is.
basically try and outscore John as best he can.
Uh,
All he has to do, gaps 22 points, and we have 36 available this evening. As we've got the sprint beforehand, reverse championship order. Sorry, so any reserves that have joined and this is their first race, congrats! You have possibly the easiest pole of your life. Um, so most of the front runners will be at the back because sprint format in this game is just broken. It's like custom grids, so it'll be all the quicker guys at the back, maybe some of the
yeah,
slower guys at the end of the
be
championship.
JohnJohn last and Willow second from last.
Yep.
I
Then
believe.
it's COD, and then we, and then etc. etc. etc.
Yeah,
All the
I,
way
th-
down.
I think at current standings it is. I can't remember. Is it? I know Chaz is P2 because he's reserving. If he's finished his lasagna at this point.
Yeah, he is still elbow deep in his mum's lasagna, and that's not a euphemism. It is quite literally his mum's lasagna. That I think maybe came out of the oven about what, like 10 minutes ago. So if Chaz wins, then his mum deserves like a driver of the day mention for like powering him on with like lasagna.
Yeah. If that happens, we will be sure to give him one. Good evening,
Yes.
Ethan. Very welcome back to the stream. Been missing you on the track as my personal weatherman. If you'd like to give me the weather report for Saudi Arabia, you're very much welcome to. I think we all know what the weather's going to be.
Cloudy with a chance of missile strikes.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah, we'll go with that.
We'll go that. It'll be more
I think
fun.
it might be the first time I've not actually had to like write a wet quali record or like lap record on like one of my note sheets. Apart like maybe Bahrain as well, just like any track in like the desert, but it's like one of few times I've actually had like extra space to write something else.
Yeah, if I mean, as we saw with F2 practice in real life, was it last F2 preseason testing from last season? It did actually rain in Bahrain, so we know it does happen.
Yeah,
But I've never seen rain in Saudi Arabia, so
no.
maybe if we get that one lucky session, it might. But you know, we'll live without rain. Doesn't need
I
it this
think
track.
I think Padge said he did, was it like 10 practice lobbies or something, and like
Yeah, it was
every single
10.
one of them was like bone dry. So, I mean, it's what you'd expect. We are in the desert,
Yeah.
but you never know. Mother Nature has her ways. Like Scotland had like 25-degree heat last week. Like, you never know what can happen.
Hey,
You never know.
we love
The poor
that weather.
fryer's overheated.
Scotland couldn't cope. Oh, Ethan, you're back
Iron
next
brew was
season.
melting.
Iron Prix was melting. It'd be good to have you back next season, Ethan. I will be racing in no assist next season if all goes to plan. So I will be back on track in this tier if there's a seat. Be first to the sign-ins. Be first to the sign-ins. That's where you guarantee yourself a seat. I always do it. I always do it the second it comes out, just to guarantee it. Mm, we don't know what tiers are going to be about next season. There is um, rumours, but that's all I'm going to say for now. We'll wait for the reveal and award stream for any information that might come out. But we're finally getting ready for this, the reverse grid sprint. I'll leave you with a little taster there for next season.
You're gonna force me no assists next season, aren't you? Yeah, bunch of. I'm gonna
Oh
need to
yeah,
turn the rainbow snake off.
you wouldn't have known anything about what has been discussed,
No,
or at least uh,
I'm in the inner circle. Don't you worry.
ah,
I
good,
have an idea. I know what's going on.
good.
Oh yeah, streamer.
Yeah,
Guess what? Guess what we're doing next season? Haha, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
yeah. Yeah, but I'll be back in No Assist next season, so looking forward to it.
I have a rough idea of no assists. I just don't like doing it.
Oh no,
It's just
I
easier.
like I'm terrible at no assists, but I prefer it.
It
Like,
makes you feel like better at the game.
oh yeah, 100%. Having to learn break points all over again and not
'Cause
follow lines.
like majority of the struggle for me wasn't like breaking points. It was more just when to turn in, because you kind of already have the muscle memory of like where you're gonna break, and you've got the break marker boards. You've got like parts in the track you can use. There's like
Yeah,
escape roads, shadows, even if the weather's decent enough.
yeah.
But it's mainly turn in points. I think is like the main issue for people learning like no line.
I actually think for me, it's actually throttle input is the bit that I struggle with the most when it comes to no assist, which is probably quite ridiculous thinking about it. But not knowing when to get on the power because of having a green line that says go makes it a lot tougher.
Oh yeah, because the racing line, if you put it on like 3D, you can see how much like momentum you're carrying through the corner. So
Yeah, exactly.
one of the
I
main
recently
reasons
changed
why I
to
use
3D.
it.
I recently changed to 3D, and
Always been on.
I haven't seen a drastic improvement, but you know, we
Still Sunday to go. You never know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, not with the setup I'm running.
At least you have a setup. I have not even.
I
This is the
have.
first time I've been on this game in about a week and a half.
Oh no, I need to really rejig my setup from yesterday's practice lobby. It is not viable, but I'm gonna use it for the sole reason that I'm channeling my inner childhood hero Deton. So
Ladies and gents, get your bets in now for socks to like climb over the escape barriers, or just the crash barriers. It's gonna end up in the beach.
Oh, I need to rejig that, but we'll do that at some point this week. Maybe after F2 on Thursday.
Oh,
And Padge
Padge.
has gone. No, so he's not going to be here for the start of the race. Oh no, it's start of the reverse sprint. So on pole is Chaz, the Alpine driver of Deton, is P2, and Rxthwell P3, JJ P4, Prev P5, Shivers P6, who I believe is running in cockpit cam for this race. So I do not know how that's going to go. I can't have that one and minimap, so we're all good to go. Mixture of tyre strategies, as it is a 25% race, because the sprint race feature does not like to work on this godforsaken world.
Nothing much on
But
this game works, let's be honest.
exactly. But you have Velocity Racer P7, Padge P8 in Ghost mode, POWEN, the Ferrari duo of POWEN and Deflated Wii on different tyres in P9 and 10, Cod Camper P11, Willow P12, and our championship leader by 22 points, JohnJohn. Of course, if JohnJohn goes on to win this race, he will win a maximum of 10 points for this sprint race, as points are from 1st to 10th, 10 points going to 1st place and 1 point going to 10th place. That was definitely the wrong order to say that. But anyway, majority of drivers, actually, that's a pretty 50-50 even split. Rxthwell being the highest driver up, starting on the mediums, and the two drivers ahead of him starting on the softs. JJ in a middle of a pack of medium drivers. POWEN, Cod and Willow and JohnJohn all on the soft tyres to start us off.
Padge's AI could cause a wee bit of bother here. Just seeing how far back he is compared to everybody else, so that might ruin some of the guys at the front. Their tyre temps might be a wee bit, I was going to say cooked, but it's like the complete opposite. So it doesn't really work. He is, that AI is trundling. I don't think there's any other word. That is.
It is.
Just take your time. Just take your time.
Just take your time. It's perfect.
There's not a championship to decide tonight or anything. You're okay. Don't you worry.
You're not fighting for the constructors' title. Don't worry, Padge. And for the sprint race, it is now 5 red lights, and away they fly. I changed that. Padge falling to the back of the grid because his car has not started, but he has now started to go. Chaz, JJ making the move on Rxthwell. Deflated Wii falling down the order slightly. Rxthwell getting back ahead of JJ. Willow and JohnJohn making their way past the AI of Padge. Willow and JohnJohn having a little battle. They are side by side through this lovely little S section. Velocity Racer has gone off, but he is still in the battle.
Giving each other loads of room. They're not getting the elbows out just yet.
JohnJohn currently leading the way of the championship rivals, but Chaz is the one leading the way on the track.
A really good start from Chaz. As much as I like to clown him a little bit, he's already nearly broke DRS to Decon behind, and they're both on the same tyre.
Exactly.
In fact, he has broken DRS. There you go.
Of course, the reverse championship grid is supposed to put the drivers that are lower in the championship higher up the grid to give themselves a chance of fighting for the race win. However, Chaz is a reserve, so hasn't done many races, so he's there on a technicality. Cod Camper making his way past POWEN through this DRS section. That's not a DRS section at the moment. Rxthwell making the move, or attempting to move on to Prev.
Oh!
JJ. All contact with between Prev and Deflated Wii is in ghost mode.
All just kind of tripped up over each other at the braking point. Willow's going to try and go around the outside of JohnJohn, and maybe Cod if he can get close enough. He's not quite there. JohnJohn's still on the inside. Down to the outside for the next corner. They're just all over the place already.
This is
Deflated cab had exit the tyres. Now they're side by side again. JohnJohn to the inside. Cod's off the track.
Camper. I think he kept it in there.
JohnJohn left, and POWEN's now going to get through as well. Oh, it's all just a little bit clumsy to start, and it's not what JohnJohn's going to want, because now he's just not right behind that train that he desperately needs to be in. He's going to go up the inside.
The first one to make the move, sorry.
No, you're all good. Just an absolute cluster of cars.
And Willow is stuck behind his teammate, JJ. Willow will be wanting JJ to move out of the way as quick as possible so he can hope that he can gain points on JohnJohn in the championship. JJ, I believe, is fighting for position here. There are no team games being played at VCarb today. JJ goes off track and gets his first 3-second time penalty of the race. A little bit of contact there. but Willow does make his way through. Look, God, Camper's having a look round the outside.
Can he hold it in there? Oh, JohnJohn's been hit. He's been hit wide.
JohnJohn has been hit to
He's
Ferrari.
hit POWEN.
Is there any damage on the? No.
A little bit audacious from JJ to go for that sin there. Just completely missed his braking point, and he's lucky that's not some damage.
Prev has made the move on Rxthwell, but Rxthwell might have been pushed over the curb, so he might have got a warning for that. But Rxthwell is fighting Prev hard here as Rxthwell makes the move.
Eton just getting caught out in the curb there a little bit, tried to floor it, and the car just went, nope, no thank you, we're going sideways today.
Good evening, Guesty Ben. Welcome to the final race of the season. Hope you're doing very well, my friend.
JohnJohn and JJ and POWEN, oh my.
Wow, both of JohnJohn and POWEN have made their way past JJ. JJ having a 3-second time penalty, of course. While we've been talking about that, Chaz has got a 3-second gap to the leader. As Campers round! Campers round, third of the Drivers' Championship, is currently out. He does not have the capacity to win the Drivers' Championship today, but he is still in the fight for, I think it's P2 in the Constructors' Championship.
Yes, indeed. Aston Mercedes, it's not what they'll have wanted. Don't think he's getting any damage though, I think he got away with it.
As you would be correct, Cod Camper does not have any damage. Shivers has made his way past JJ, and who's also been passed by Velocity Racer as well. Good evening, Rids. Welcome to the reverse sprint race. Hope you're doing very well, my friend. Velocity Racer making the move on Shivers, but oh no, not what JJ would have wanted. Of course, he wants to help V-Carb get P3, I'm not sure. I'll check that. In the Constructors' Championship, along with his championship fighting teammate Willow.
Willow's got wing damage, I think. He does get a little nick on that front left end plate.
Oh no! Shivers has got his car into ghost mode, so Willow, whilst he's going to have more straight line speed, he is going to be struggling a bit through the corners, and his championship rival is behind him.
Absolutely pushed. I was wondering why he was pushing him all the way and just wasn't able to get past, but I think he might have had a little incident with COD, I'm not sure.
We have a yellow, which is JJ, unfortunately, round again. So he has had a bit of a mistake there. Deflated Wee making his way past Rxthwell into turn 27. The only one I know off by heart. Willow is going to be looking at Rxthwell, but he has got his I'm going to stop saying championship rival. He's got JohnJohn, who has just made the pass.
Be interesting to see if Willow changes that front wing when he comes into box or not. Because currently it's not. It will be costing him a decent amount of time, like through sector 1 just now. But for the rest of the lap, so we can already see how much he's dropping back. So he's gonna have to burn just so much battery just to try and stick with JohnJohn and not lose his DRS.
Yeah. Before this sprint race kicked off, Willow was 22 points behind JohnJohn, and there are a maximum of 36 points available for this race weekend. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Prev is gaining on Chaz at the moment, so Chaz's tyres might be falling off. JohnJohn is now in DRS of Rxthwell.
He just ran a little bit wide through 22 and 23, but he still managed to get it, but he's shown that he's outside it just now, which is good news for Willow. He'll still keep on just try to hang on behind. We've got Prev and Deflated going side by side out of the last corner. They're trying to play a wee bit of DRS games. Prev's got him back as Chaz boxes, so this is now for the fight for the lead. As Deflated squeezing him
and Willow are in
as far as he can into the wall. Little bit of contact at turn one. I think he's just going to try and keep ahead. Deflated coming back on his inside. It's now going to
Oh, they're having to
turn
look at 3
to the
wide.
outside for the next
Bit of
corner. They're
contact there.
bumping and they're bumping
Oh,
and
Prev is
striding.
round! Prev is round! It's not good there. They were very argy-bargy through the, on the little straight bit.
Need to get a VAR check on that one in the stewards room.
Yep, luckily it's not me today. So, I will be relaxing.
Chivers has managed to get back in. He's now back in control of his car. Did Willow fix his wing in the pits?
We will find out as Prev and Velocity Racer are fighting out of the hairpin. Prev currently... And Willow did not fix his front wing.
Not.
He has not fixed his front wing. That is big. Luckily the gap at the moment is only 2 points based on this race. JohnJohn will gain 1 point. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Rxthwell and deflated.
Deflated wheat is being passed by Rxthwell as Chaz gets a 3-second time penalty.
Oh,
He
you
will not be happy for that.
bottle jaw.
Absolute bottle.
Deflated wins in DRS games. Flies back through. Ahead of Rxthwell. I think these two might just slipstream each other just as far as... Oh, that's deep from Rxthwell. Never mind. Commentator's curse strikes again. It's like Japan
exactly.
quali all over again.
Yeah, of course these two will... As we got a yellow turn 1.
Prev and Velocity coming together. I think Velocity's letting him back through. It's just a way of saying, sorry mate, that one was my fault. And there's no universal sign for the number 1 from the cockpit there, thankfully.
Yeah.
Willow is managing to stick with JohnJohn here. He's not out of the DRS yet.
However,
Yeah, as if it's going to happen, but he is pushing a fair amount.
Rxthwell has cut the corner there, so he might most probably would have got a warning.
He did not, but he's on 2.
Oh, okay. So that is going to be big if he does get a penalty, which track limits, of course, are a absolute nightmare around here if you aren't careful. Very high speed track. So, stuff can happen.
They are just here, there, and everywhere. Really, it's the best way to describe them. It's just, wherever you look, it's track limit violation.
Exactly, as Velocity Racer and makes the move on Prev again, but Prev will get the drag reduction system going down the start-finish straight. Rxthwell, there it is, gets a 3-second time penalty as Deton comes into the pit lane for his set of medium tyres. He has gone quite long, I think, for a sprint race, but, you know, Shivers is also in again. I miss Shivers get a bit of damage or something. That's not good for his race, but...
I don't think so. I think that's his first stop.
Maybe. Yeah, he's pit onto softs. Miscalculated. Willow is managing to keep in the DRS of his championship rival. Unfortunately, Willow will not be wanting to eat jam pancakes at the moment.
That's an OG reference and a half.
Shivers gets a 3-second time penalty here.
I'm a nab that. That's a good one. Oh, excuse me. Nice wee 3-way fight for the final spot on the podium. Although Chaz just now is only about 10-11 seconds off the lead. We'll go to the inside on Velocity and then switch to the outside to try and get past Prev, but we know Prev is just unbelievably difficult to try and pass. So he's going to try the long way round, maybe get DRS off him. Prev does box, as does Velocity. So Chaz now is fully... Oh,
Prev gets a 10-second time penalty!
Oh,
that is not good. Willow sets the fastest lap of the race.
With a broken front wing? That might be a visual glitch.
Fastest lap at the messing up the thing here. Fastest lap is Willow with a 29.9, and JohnJohn's lap time is a 30.1. So he does actually have the fastest lap.
JohnJohn just now is about like double the ERS that Willow has. So Willow is definitely pushing just to try and stick near. I think JohnJohn knows he doesn't really have to push incredibly hard here because Willow does have that wing damage. He's just conserving, saving the ERS, bringing the car home. He's on for a P1 just now as well with Chaz just forgetting what track limits are. They're all still fairly close. I know it's only been 9 laps and it's a sprint, but oh, Rxthwell on POWEN. Swoops around the outside. Oh, he's locked up and went wide.
Oh, Rxthwell coming very close to the wall there.
I mean, I'm assuming he'll let him back through because that's a bit cheeky. But he'll get the DRS back down the straight and he'll probably fly back past no bother. Chaz has lost like a fair amount of time at the front runners as well. I don't think he's got the pace that he wants. Well, I don't think anybody has the pace that they want when you've got JohnJohn right behind you. But Rxthwell on the inside into turn 1, move, done and dusted, nice and tidy. He's up to P5, splitting the Ferraris. And it's back to the fight for the top 3.
Well, Deton getting a 3-second time penalty, his first of the sprint race. That is not good. We'll put him behind Velocity Racer at the moment. Willow is managing to stay within DRS, as Killian was saying. He is using his battery, so he is pushing very hard with this wing damage that he has received, as Velocity Racer makes his way past Deton, who turns on his ghost muscle.
Might have been a wee bit of algae there. That might go to the Strils.
Yeah. Yep, as Padge and Deton are now fighting for that coveted P10 position. I say coveted as a point, but you know.
A point's a point.
Exactly, could help Aston Martin in the Constructors' Championship. Chaz still leading the way by 1.6 seconds. He has lost a considerable amount of time. POWEN being passed by Cod Camper into 27. Cod will have the DRS.
Cod now just try to kind of recover what he's able to after that. I think it was either a spin or a contact with Willow, I'm not sure. But Willow's definitely closed up and he's saved a decent amount of ERS now, so I think he's going for like a last lap push. But all JohnJohn really needs to do is just get into the DRS of Chaz, and he is sorted.
Exactly. I mean, he's got the win. Whoever finishes ahead will have the win anyway because of Chaz's 3-second time penalty. Speaking of, with 2 laps to go, do Willow and JohnJohn have any warnings?
Let's see here. JohnJohn, none. Willow,
as we expect.
2.
Ooh.
Well, that puts the cat amongst the pigeons.
Willow will not want to be bouncy on the curbs, as we've got a Ferrari round. That is POWEN. Unfortunate for his race. Velocity Racer getting a 3-second time penalty. Prev getting past POWEN. But Willow will have to be careful in this battle with JohnJohn. His teammate JJ gets a 3-second time penalty. Is routed to the back of the grid currently after an earlier spin. Cod Camper making his way past Rxthwell in this battle for Cod Camper to get back up the grid after spinning.
JohnJohn just outside that 1 second that he needs.
Yeah, he should be able to make it back through before the protection point.
Willow, that was awfully close. Ran a little bit wide through turn 4 that he'd been complaining about in practice beforehand. Just missed the braking point a little bit. Managed to lift off, so he didn't get the penalty. But now he's outside that DRS that he needs.
He will probably be burning to get back in.
Yes.
Which he is.
Yep. So all that ERS that he'd saved for this last lap push is now just undone because he's got a set of McLaren brakes in the front of his Toro Rosso. Managed to stay in, but he's just going to be derating all the way down the straight. So, oh, he's ran a little bit wide again. Oh,
and he's out of DRS now. He is.
JohnJohn now can just sit behind Chaz for this last lap. Doesn't need to pass, doesn't need to risk it. We don't need a season 4 repeat at the last corner. Wiggles.
Exactly.
Interesting to see if he does go for it, just to kind of like rubber stamp it. Well, I mean, we might have an answer. Because there's the fastest lap. Might have our answer.
As Willow has fallen even further back now. Willow's very squirmy on the exit there. Willow does not want to get a track limit.
He might not get second here, you know. Because that wing damage, he's not in ERS. He's not in DRS, he's low on ERS. Take a shot every time we see ERS.
That might be the saving grace, is JohnJohn waits to get past, which he does not. I think Chaz playing a bit of DRS games there. Don't know what for, he's got a 3-second time penalty, but we move.
Now, will they both try and DRS swap their way away from Willow so he falls further behind in the championship? Because I think as it finishes now, he'll be... It would open up a 3-point gap? Or a 25-point gap?
It'd be 2, so it'd be 10, and if Willow finishes P2, there'll be a 1-point extra gap, so it'd be 23 points. I don't believe there's fastest lap point in the sprint race.
Shows what I do. We're in the final corner.
I'm not sure. Spin JJ in the first sector.
He's outside
to the line now.
JohnJohn takes the win. Will Willow be close enough?
He's not! Willow P3! That is big for the championship. That might have cemented it. It's Rxthwell, lovely crash into the wall there. Prev P7, also lovely wall tap, has a 10-second time penalty. But Velocity Racing making its way past POWEN into the final corner. Prev goes behind both. Then comes Prev's teammate in Deton, who Padge finishes ahead because of penalties. And then Shivers crossing the line at P12. And then last but not least will be the man who's had a very unfortunate race with spinning. But it will be JJ. But we have seen some big consequences for the Drivers' Championship in this race.
As it stands, JohnJohn finishing first gains 10 points, so he goes from 265 to 275. Willow finishing third gets 8 points, which means he goes from 243 to 251, if my math is correct. So the gap, 24 points, with 26 on offer. He's still in it, but by
the skin of his teeth.
Yeah.
In other words, JohnJohn needs to crash out in the sprint, in the feature race, and Willow needs to win. That is it. Because of course, in the feature race, points do go down to P15. We don't have 15 drivers, but they will go down to 15. But JohnJohn lifting the trophy. He has completed the last to first for the sprint race in 13 laps. Yeah, Codcamper P2? No, Chaz P2. My bad. Chaz P2 after a 3-second time penalty almost cost him P2, but Willow P3 with wing damage. I think great drive there from Willow to even be on the podium with wing damage. But that sets the stone for the feature race after we have a short qualifying session. That is the end of the... Sorry. That's the end of the sprint race.
Sprint.
Yeah. Yes. JohnJohn P1, Chaz P2, Willow P3, Deflated Wee P4, Codcamper P5, Rxthwell P6, POWEN P7, Velocity Racer P8, Prev P9, after getting caught up earlier, Padge P10, Deton P11, Shivers P12, I really hope he's not on cockpit cam, and JJ P13. That was
Because if
entertaining.
if it's the last race of the season, then why not throw a wee bit of whimsy into it? Do it like Creator Series do, where there's just some random thing every race.
Exactly. I would love to see that in IIRL, just some sort of like wild cardy stuff being added in. Maybe there's just a tier where that maybe idea for the future, a tier where everything just like gets like higgledy piggledy every weekend, something different. Like the one they used in Creator Series, the one that one more of the one recent ones I really liked was the swapping places with your teammate one after quali. I really liked that one for some reason. It was just so random and all the polystyrene they're hitting all the boards.
The boards one was good.
Yeah, it'd be
I
difficult
like
to
that.
police, but I really like
Yeah,
that one.
you need a certain amount of people like streaming just to kind of like show, but then that might crash the lobby because it's Codemasters. Fourth
Exactly.
got
But
7, fifth gets 6. I can't math.
you know, 10th for first, second gets 9, third gets 8, fourth gets 7,
I did do
fifth
it
gets
right. Oh my.
6. I'm trying to do it in my head and it's not working.
No, I've got it. I've got it.
Okay,
I'm trying
perfect.
to. I'm trying to do the constructor standings as well.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I think Mercedes have gained 4 points, so the gap's down to 34. But there's only what would it be? 27 plus what? 20 for second place, is it? 1980.
Yes, 20.
20. 47. So still doable. Uh, 47.
So in other words, is that the battle for P2 or P1?
For P1. So Aston are leading the way by 34 points to Merck in second.
So in other words, same again. Uh, JohnJohn, if he doesn't win, bit of a miracle.
Pretty much, yeah. So unless like another tornado spawns in like JohnJohn's back garden and his Wi-Fi cuts out, then it is pretty much his title, and his constructors to lose, basically. So no pressure.
Yeah. Enjoy.
We say it's time for a wee fun fact. Whilst we're on this intermission,
Yes.
why not? So
What?
there was the one that I said earlier, but I'll save that for um the break between quali and the race.
Okay.
But I think this one's maybe a wee bit more common. But there is one country, I think it's one country, on Earth that does not have any lakes. And we guess what
Oh,
it
I know that
is.
one.
It is
Yeah, I
our
know that one.
hosts this weekend, or this evening,
Yes.
Saudi Arabia. Which proves, no matter how much oil money you have, you will never have your own Loch Lomond. We. And there you are. No lakes in Saudi Arabia. Doesn't seem that surprising, like, it's a desert, but.
Exactly. Uh,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
no lakes. No lakes. There's one for your pub quiz question this week if you get it.
I've never done a pub quiz, but I feel like I just have like
Oh.
loads of random bits of knowledge that I'd be able to just handle it.
We just fire bits of knowledge at each other whilst we wait and quality starts. Just entertain. We get Twitch chat involved and we'll see what their answers are.
Yeah, I got to figure out the ones I'm gonna say, or if I can think of any off the top of my head.
Try to remember the ones that I usually get. Always one that he asks. Right, well, we start an easy one.
Yeah, go on.
Um, what colour is the bottom stripe on the German flag? There's an easy one to start. There's no Germans in this lobby, is there? That would have been a giveaway. No,
Yellow.
there's none.
It's yellow, isn't it? I think it's yellow. Black, red, yellow.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Amarillo. Amarillo.
I've just gone onto a Reddit page to look at some.
What is the longest mountain range in the world? Is a good one.
Why do I feel like this is like a trick question? It's not the one you think it is. Because everyone would probably get like Everest or something, and it's probably like Kilimanjaro or something. Or I hope
No,
it's
like
Fuji.
no, like mountain, like range, not just a mountain.
Oh.
Like a full big
But,
stretch of mountain.
what, like the Himalayas or something?
Yeah, stuff
Ah,
like that.
okay. I mean, the only two I can think of are the Himalayas and the Alps. So.
It is neither of those.
Oh,
It's
great!
neither of those.
I'm gonna have fun then.
Does anyone in chat know that one? The longest mountain range in the world. In fact, let me just double check my answer, 'cause I might have just silenced you by accident. You might be right. But it does begin with an A, I'll give you that.
I got a good one. I've just googled it, but I got a good one. Has anyone in chat given any answers?
They have not, so I'll spoil it for them early. It is the Andes, all the way through South America. Runs from
Ah.
Tierra del Fuego, bottom of Argentina, you know, your Top Gear episodes. And all the way from there, all the way up through like Peru, Bolivia, up to like Ecuador.
Ah.
The joys of GeoGuessr. Oh, we should do another
Yeah,
game after this.
guesser. Either one I just saw was very simple. What is Michael J. Fox's middle name?
Um,
JohnJohn's the first on track.
is it JohnJohn?
No.
James? I'm assuming James.
Nope.
Their name begins with J. John?
Nope.
Is it something weird like Jimothy? Like
Nope.
Jack Mary's tax theatrics?
Nope.
I have no idea.
Would you like me to tell you?
Yeah.
It's Andrew.
What? Oh, nah. Nah, I'm not having that.
It is.
I'm not having that.
His
No,
name is
I'm
Michael
getting a-
Andrew Fox.
I'm getting a file check on this. Michael J. Fox, middle name. Nah! Nah, that.
That's why I was so confused when I saw it. I was like, no, no, no way.
Nah, that is.
That's bonkers.
That's ridiculous. I'll give you another one here, right?
Yeah.
What kind of apple grows on a tree?
All of them.
Oh! Oh well,
Can't get me with that one.
we've seen too much YouTube.
Yeah. JohnJohn is the first driver to get us underway for his first lap of qualifying.
Just turned it into a trivia question.
It's a comedy show now. Title decider, X. Comedy show, tick.
Yep.
JohnJohn getting us underway with the first sector time of qualifying is a 32-1 exactly. Very, very satisfying. Let's compare this to Cod Camper, who done a 33-8, but he's stopped his lap time. He's not going any quicker. Back up to JohnJohn.
I think COD maybe got a wee bit of traffic from the Alpine. And that's why he's
Maybe.
not so happy. So I think D-Tons kind of maybe got in his way a little bit. Oh no, it's not D-Tons, Prev. Sorry, D-Ton. I do apologise. I think Prev is on a lap though.
He is.
So he
yes.
doesn't. He didn't have to get out the way, but I don't think COD will be very happy
No.
about that one. But JohnJohn,
coming to the line now. He's got battery, he's got power, he's got speed. 27.5.
He's got his
Starting us
fast and
off.
sophisticated toolkit.
Prev is up next. 29.1. And Cod Camper, I presume, will be into the pits. Which means car up next is a Chaz.
Wallet. What, sorry?
He's not on the lap.
Oh, he did!
Yes! I'm debating whether he's listening in.
I'm clipping that. That's brilliant.
Clip
Oh,
that. Unfortunately,
that's superb.
Unfortunately, POWEN and Velocity Racer have invalidated, which means next driver would be Padge if he hadn't invalidated also. A lot of invalidations.
Track limits, they didn't used to be that bad around here. I think it's because with most tracks, it's like the curbs are on the outside. Whereas here they're all like extremely like close into the track, so you can actually see them. It's a lot different. Which is why I think it maybe like confuses some drivers. I'm not sure, but
yeah, I think Prev is doing a double push lap, but he's gone wide and invalidated. That's not good for Prev.
They pushing back to the pits.
Exactly. Padge getting started on a lap, but I believe next driver to cross the line for a actual lap. Honestly, I don't know. I think it might be. It's not Rxthwell. I think it might be POWEN. All the other drivers on the grid are starting laps, including the two V carbs and Rxthwell. We'll see what POWEN can do. A little bit squirmy on the rear. Got not much battery to play with. Of course, he will be using it down the main straight.
I've not got much of a clue for like ERS stuff. I've not driven this track, and I think since like Wiggles decided to end my happiness. So I haven't touched it since, but P2,
P2 for
It's not
POWEN.
bad.
He's a 10th ahead of Rev. And that means next up to the line is not to start a lap is going to be Cod Camper, but I believe it's the V Carb duo of JJ who is ahead of his teammate Willow on track. Will he be ahead in qualifying? We don't know.
Would definitely be some DRS games getting played in short quality tonight, 100%. If there's not, I'll be really surprised.
You would think, but there is a big bit of gap between him and Willow. That Willow's not
Willow's
be...
invalidated.
Oh, okay. That is not what Willow would have wanted. Maybe suffering from a bit of dirty air. But we ignore the fact it doesn't exist in this world. Perfect simulation. Chef's kiss. JJ coming to the line now.
Either.
P6.
Didn't box and he kept going, so he would have beaten JohnJohn by about 40 thousandths of a second. So they're both on pace, both on par. Just what we want to see for like a championship decider.
Rxthwell invalidated his previous lap and he will not be going again. Gamer Medina, Madagamer even, just come up with Gamer Medina for once, because he's not on Xbox at the moment. That's why. So I'm gonna have to call him Gamer Medina. That word.
Madanina?
I'm gonna call him Gamer.
Need to remember that is him and not someone else.
Yeah. Honestly, I've just noticed it. I'm kind of like, what?
Well, Willow's going again, I think, or is he giving?
He is giving a big toe, as he's not using any battery.
Neither's JJ. Oh, there is buffoonery going on in the Toro Rosso camp currently.
Or are they waiting for next lap, maybe? Looking at fuel, I can't see it because my
JJ's on 2.7 and Willow's on none. So I don't know. JJ will definitely be going again this lap. Willow will be into the pits,
Okay.
I believe.
So Gamer coming to the line for his first run. P7 30.3. Not too shabby to get him started. Of course, it is his first run because he did miss the reverse the reverse grid sprint.
Oh, it's a big slide from JJ out of turn 3.
Shiver's just getting started on a lap now. But not Rothwell, the Sauber, the kick of Aya, getting a very nice toe off the Alpine.
JJ with a really big slide at the end of sector 1, and that'll be his lap done, dusted, and we'll see you back in the pit lane, Chief. Chivers has ran wide as well. He's definitely in cockpit. I mean, good on you, lad. You're doing better than me. You're driving no assists. I'm sat here laughing at you. You're probably better than me. But
he's also on Padge, so he's doing pad cockpit. As
Aya
goes
cockpit
P3.
and no assist. Ignite this man immediately. Jeez, that's dedication. It's like ultimate realism. Aya P3, that's a good lap.
Yeah, good luck from Aya there. JohnJohn's just getting started on his second lap. Though, if I remember who's actually on a lap, I don't think anyone else is on a lap at the moment, so we'll watch JohnJohn for a little bit.
I'll let you commentate JohnJohn's one, because I did it for Japan and he bottled it.
Okay.
I kind of struck him down a bit. So
nice turn 1 to exit. Onto the power, very nice. A little bit of battery usage, nothing too much at the moment. Switches the battery mode, but we will ignore that. Nice little nice line through, I think 4, 5, 6 or whatever corners. A little less section here, doesn't go over the sausage curb. Very nice. Onto the power, more battery usage. Keeping it very calm and clean. He's the 10th up and at the moment. Very nice through the hairpin. Is very nice line, keeping it as close to the wall as humanly possible. If he goes any further, he is a robot. Very, very over the curb. Slight tap on the wall there. Hopefully won't affect him too much. We need to run more damage. Yellow at the end of sector 3 is from the Aston Martin of Padge. Very, very squirmy exit there. Anytime I see the rear go slightly over, it scares me. Very nice, keeping it very close to the wall as JohnJohn will now enter the final corner. Doesn't go as wide as he did to start his lap, but a little bit of a slide on the exit there, and he uses all of his battery to the line and doesn't improve. That's that slide at the end.
It's consistent. Give him that. I think Willow's just went through sector 1 now, and I think he is up.
He's in. Yeah, deflated Wee coming to the line now. Where will he put himself? P2, 27.7.
Willow's 2/10 up. Where he was through sector 1 at least. Sector 2 split. Not a purple, but we know that one's a wee bit buggered.
As Rxthwell is going to be next to the line to finish a lap.
A 10th up. Lost a wee bit of time, maybe got a little slipstream off velocity, I think that was. He's the only McLaren that we've got this weekend. Willow to the line, D-rating all the way, that might cost him some time. To the line. Point 2,
Rxthwell getting very snappy on exit of the final corner, but Willow puts himself 3/10 ahead of JohnJohn. And Rxthwell puts himself P7. Padge is up next. He goes into the pit lane. He was a 10th up. Probably doesn't have enough time left for the end of the session. I don't know how long is left. JJ just starting a lap now. Chaz is coming up to finish one. Of course, Chaz invalidated his first run. Oh, lovely exit there. Gets on the power. using his battery, puts himself P5 just behind his teammate. So used to saying championship rival. Who's
We're on autopilot.
Yep. It's like me saying, it's like me streaming Silverstone. I said every corner was cops over and over again. Prev is up next, final corner now. Doesn't use overtake mode. Doesn't take the optimal line, but puts himself P7. Not bad.
So decently close in that midfield.
Yeah. Velocity Racer would be up next, but he is not. He's starting a lap now, which means that Rxthwell is coming into the pits now. Sorry for the amount of switching I'm trying to keep up with who's on a lap. JJ 7/10 up at the moment. He will be the next car to the line.
Velocity's got a nice wee like stat going for him just now, because there only is like 15 drivers this week. And because it's top 15 get points, all he has to do is just finish the race. And he keeps his streak going. He's like 11 races, 11 points finishes so far. He's looking good, he just needs to keep going, and he's got 12 and 12. JJP 13.
Which means next up is not going to be Chaz, it is going to be the Alpine of Deton, of course, probably running 0-0 wings. Who would have thought? Deton known for his low wing setups, which would actually be a slight benefit round here, getting a very, very healthy toe, or very, very small toe from his teammate. Probably wasn't as beneficial as he would want. Coming out the final corner now, he's got a little bit of battery left, doesn't put it in hot lap overtake mode. And coming to the line now, P13 just ahead of JJ by 3/10.
He's like an off-brand like Carito.
Prev goes straight on. That is
a little
not going
bit
to
of
be
a
good.
mix-up with the Alpine. Two Alpines off track, I'm getting flashbacks. Oh, out of the way, guys!
Is that, who was that? Was that Willow?
It was Willow, but he's on an
on
out
a
lap.
lap, yeah, so it's a bit of a mistake there, but nothing too serious. JJ will be starting a lap this lap, I believe. Velocity Racer is not on a lap. Prev not on a lap. Padge is on a lap, starting a lap now, so we'll sit on with Padge, because I can't figure out if anyone else is on a lap, so we'll watch with Padge. And through the S section now, he is enjoying life, getting quite considerably close to the walls, doesn't ride the sausage. Rides that one, didn't unsettle him too much. And going through the hairpin now. Very nice.
That hairpin's lovely. I think
Oh,
I've got
it's
like
so
a
nice.
grandstand right on that like exit where they, do you know that the drop-in that they have for like
Oh,
Zandvoort?
yeah.
Similar to that. It's quite nice.
Yeah, very, very nice. I love it. Padge now with the DRS open. He doesn't have any swag lines to help him. As he invalidates, no! Not our Lord and Saviour, so he's going to try and have to save enough battery as possible. Maybe to go again, but I don't think he's doing that. So as everyone else gets ready for their final, or is on their final laps now, Padge's qualifying is unfortunately over. Next up to the, or first driver to the line will be JJ for his, will be finishing his final run. He will not be able to go again. He uses open.
Might just jump Deton to the line. And Padge as well.
P12, so with Padge not being able to improve means that JJ will be ahead of Padge to start the race. The Ferrari deflated wheel has invalidated, so he's going to help his teammate out and give him a big toe, I think. Does look like it. So as
JohnJohn
POWEN,
some of the tail end of this as well.
Deflated Wheat is giving POWEN a cool toe to the line. And that puts POWEN P6. JohnJohn does a 27.2. Where
Willow
is
right behind
Willow?
him.
Willow goes
Another
fastest by... Oh,
0.2.
no! That's incredible from... I couldn't even keep up on the stream, but Willow goes pole. That doesn't make sense, but Willow goes pole. Shivers has invalidated. Who's next to the line? I have no clue. I think it's the...
Pod boxes. Good
And Chaz will come to the line now. And stays P5, meaning that next up is not JJ. They're not on laps. Gamer Medina to Madagamer, whatever you want to call them, to the line, stays P15. And that is it for our short qualifying session there. Willow is on pole.
With that, Willow's pole position, he is
Yes.
now on 29 and top of the total poles in the stats.
Wow.
There's a nice wee one for you.
Add that to
Willow.
my quiz trivia.
Willow 29, Deflated 28, and JohnJohn 27.
Wow.
So is that Willow on pole the last 3 races? I think it is.
Yes. He
Yeah.
got pole in Bahrain by quite a considerable amount.
I'd expect so. If he didn't, there was an issue. Even I know I missed the race, and even I could tell I was like, yeah, he's defo finishing on, not finishing,
Yeah,
defo starting on pole.
It was not the most enjoyable of races to watch last week, but we will move on to the season finale, title decider. So full qualifying, Willow is P1 on pole. JohnJohn a mere 2,000, whatever that gap is. Deflated Wheat P. Thank you. Deflated Wheat P3, Codcamper P4, Chaz P5, POWEN P6 after a healthy toe from his teammate, IIRL and Rxthwell P7 and 8, the Kick Salbers, Prev P9, Velocity Racer P10, Shivers P11, Deton P12, JJ P13, Padge P14, and Gamer Medina Madagamer P15. I apologise for botching your name. Now we move into the 5-minute break, where we let our drivers get out of their cars and do whatever they want, and hope that nobody starts the race early.
Fingers crossed.
Exactly. All 5 of them.
And it's dry. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Who'd have thought?
Who would have thunk it? So we worked out that Willow needs 24 point. Was it 20? Yeah, Willow needs to win and hope JohnJohn doesn't finish. Essentially,
Pretty much. I think Willow can win and get fastest lap, and if JohnJohn's 15th with 1 point, I think it will finish equal and it will go on count back.
Who would win on countback? Do you know that?
If Willow won, I think it'd be Willow.
So basically, whoever wins this race.
Unless like there is like a monumental like F5 tornado currently and within like 10 miles of JohnJohn. I can't see it this swinging Willow's way, unfortunately. I think it's been too little too late resurgence wise. I think the penalty at Japan, that definitely didn't help after that wee incident with Smiley at the hairpin. Yeah, that definitely didn't help. That would have cut that gap to about what, 24? Not 24. The gap's already 24. Would have been about 20.
Yeah, would have been a lot smaller than it was.
Would have gave him a more like margin for error basically, but he already went over that in the sprint with wing damage, fell out of the DRS. Gap could have been would have been 23, 22, 23. And it's not much more, but it's still better than only being in it by like a point, so or 2. He's still in it, but it is not by much.
Deton has just posted his wing lineup into the Noah's General chat, and surprise, surprise, it is not 0-0. So I'm very
Oh
upset.
wow, he's evolving.
I've taken his place.
Who who is this and what have they done with Deton? This isn't him.
Bring Deton back.
Whatever ransom money you have, we'll pay. Just bring him back. And these setups, not just him.
As I've gone back onto the Reddit page to look at trivia questions just because I want to, and this one I've just seen, and I think you might know the answer. I think you might have heard it before, but I'm just gonna test it anyway.
Go for it.
What company makes the most number of tires in a year?
Oh, it's Lego.
Yep, I have a feeling.
Yeah, Lego.
Yeah.
That's a funny one. I like that one.
Oh yeah. What about this one? This will be good for your GeoGuessr knowledge.
Oh, here we go.
France shares its longest land border with which other country?
Brazil.
Yep.
It's like French Guyana, French Guinea. I think
Yeah.
the class is like France though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an old one.
There are four Pac-Man ghosts. Pinky, Inky, Blinky, and who?
Oh, Eggle Piggle.
Clyde. I wish it was Iggle Piggle.
Oh, I forget that they've all got like rhyming names, and there's just one that's just normal. Oh,
Yeah.
that's annoying. What other
What's
ones
this
are there?
one? This one doesn't even make sense.
Go for it.
You're in a square house with all four walls facing south. You look out the window and you see a bear. What colour is the bear?
Oh, that's like some old like riddle thing.
Yeah.
They're all facing south. Well, I mean, there's only four colours it could be, so I've got a 25% chance. We'll go brown,
No.
black,
No.
white.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the
and
answer's white because it's a polar bear on the North Pole.
that's too much brain power for me to
I
do.
know. I know. We are on the
Formation
way
lap
to
underway.
yeah, we'll get back to the actual race now, and we will look at the tyre strategies because they are different.
Ooh.
Velocity Racer being the only driver to start on the soft tyres, Willow, Chaz, Ayahuasca, and Madagamer being all starting on the hards, and everyone else choosing to start on the mediums. So the championship rivals have started on different strategies.
Basically means JohnJohn will be quicker start of the race, and then Willow will be quicker end of the race. Basically, like you want to be quicker when it matters, like near the end of the race, because people might have pens, might have warnings. You can force them into a mistake. They'll pick up another pen. You never know. You never know. It is endless possibilities for this, but currently, all JohnJohn has to do is finish the race. It's all he has to
Yep.
do. Like,
We don't.
even if somebody retires, it's basically done.
Yeah. Unless he gets disqualified for some reason.
Oh, like blocking the pit exit or something.
Oh,
Then
no.
Willow has to finish first. That's it.
That is not going to be fun. Willow leading the way to the grid boxes.
Interesting to see how velocity does off his start as well on the softs, because everybody around him's on like a harder compound.
Exactly, he should be
So
gaining.
he'll be one to watch off the start. Hopefully keep his 12 out of 12 run going, or 11 out of 11, sorry. Making it 12 out of 12.
Exactly. For the final race of the season, no one jumps their grid box. Oh, lucky them. But for the final race of the season, it is 5 red lights, and away they fly. I had a bit of pizzazz that time. Rxthwell getting the jump on Aya, and Madagamer making the jump on Padge. They go side by side through turn 1. Very dangerous for the championship rivals. Cod Camper and Deflated Wee fighting. Ooh, very nice. Loads of people side by side, stuff like that going on. Rxthwell making his rail past Pan. Rxthwell has fun. He hasn't got wing damage. Has he got wing damage? Can't see. Show us that side of the wing. No, he hasn't got damage.
I think he's okay.
But we are basically guaranteed a safety car. Hopefully. So Rxthwell should stay and hopefully continue on.
Should catch back up. The gap's not that big straight away. At least he's managed to get it pointing right direction and keep it going. But already, JohnJohn just all over the back of Willow. It's that softer compound, medium tyres. If you get a wee strat thing pop up, thank you very much again. But I think JohnJohn maybe not wanting to fancy the move just yet, just biding his time. He knows he doesn't have to push that hard. He's got the tyre advantage. He's got an ERS advantage currently as well. I think Willow's already pushing a little bit and JohnJohn's just sat back and chilling. He's going to fancy the move. Already ahead at turn 26. It will lead into the braking zone for the final corner. Is Willow going to fancy the switch? Well, it doesn't matter because
Cod Camper.
I didn't even notice that. Out of nowhere. That came out of nowhere. Cod Camper now leading the race at the end of lap 1. He's up 3 places, I think, off of the start. JohnJohn just behind him, having a little look into turn 1. Willow just keeping behind the Deflated Wee, and Chaz just bringing up the rear a little bit further behind. You've got Deton and JJ just swapping places left, right, and centre. I think Deton's just going to come out ahead.
Cod Camper getting unsettled. Has let the Deflated Wee through. My voice cracked.
You look away from the mid-pack for like the leaders for a second and just all hell breaks loose.
As Prev gets the first 3-second time penalty of the race on lap 2, very unfortunate for Prev. So Rxthwell gets some sort of penalty, he didn't say what it was, but I think it's 3 seconds. Via the production crew again.
Graphics team haven't been on it this year, that's a shock.
No, they've been absolutely dreadful. Just might as well get the Monaco TV directors in, they'll be better.
That's not going to help Mercedes constructors' chances either if that we wiggle from COD. Was leading the way, and that would have been a decent result for them because Padge is just sat at P14 currently with JohnJohn leading the way. But Willow now, is he going to fancy the move to take the lead? Is Deflated going to try and replicate what COD done just a few laps ago? He is to the inside, and again he's going to try and double up on the circular move on JohnJohn. He's going to get the move done on Willow. He'll keep DRS because JohnJohn still stayed ahead. So now Willow is going to have to sit, tuck in as he's watching his championship rival currently run away with a race. Deflated into turn 1, down the inside. I think JohnJohn's going to let him go and knows he doesn't need to fight this much too, like, as hard as he needs to currently.
JJ making the move past Deton, JJ making the move past Deton, but Deton makes his way back through. JJ did go off track at turn 1.
Deflated fighting for his 30th win here. I did say beforehand, can you finally win this, your 30th race, that I could stop writing it on my sheets before, because every time I write it I start getting cramp in my hand. He's had so many chances to do it and he keeps bottling. Come on. Come on. I know you didn't do the first bit I said, but it was like hold to take the record and then win. But if you go, oh, that's a slight and a half. The commentator's curse. I'm going to stop talking. JohnJohn will fly through. Willow might fancy it. Nope, sits behind for now. Just one big DRS Grand Prix this.
Exactly. We'll just have a silent stream so no curses can happen. In fact, the one curse we might want to happen is hope JohnJohn continuing on doesn't tap any walls here.
Willow looking for a move at the last corner, can't get it done. He'll get the DRS again down the main straight. I don't think Deflated will fight it that much, but he's got the DRS there if he needs it. He'll stick behind. They might go 3 wide here into turn 1 if they fancy it. Deflated having a little look on JohnJohn, doesn't make the move, and they all stay as they where maybe Willow on the outside. I've just hang on, Cod. Where's that came from?
Cod
Cod's
camper.
up to P2. Oh, he's cooking.
Incredible there. Cod is not cooking. He's camping.
Cod cooking 6547.
Cod is not cooking cod, but he is cooking on track. There we are. That'll do.
That'll do. That'll do.
Yep.
That's twice he's done that. I've not even noticed that. That Mercedes is just like a blur. You don't see it until it's like right there.
Forget Deton. Cod Camper's running 0-0 wings. JohnJohn little slide.
JohnJohn.
Yeah. Little slide for JohnJohn there. He is taking the namesake of Wiggles, who is not on track, but he is in our heads. I don't know.
24/7.
Yep,
Oh.
sure. There is a big gap between Velocity Racer and Ayahuasca for P9. Velocity Racer's soft tyre has not worked in his favour.
I think JohnJohn said they were cooked after about 3 or 4 laps, but Willow right on the back of Cod, but I don't think he's going to have the pace to go for it just with that tyre offset. And this time they all stay as they are into turn 1. We've not missed any double overtakes this time again. We're not going 3 for 3.
Exactly. Game immunity. Oh, Rxthwell making the move on the outside. And they are going side by side. Rxthwell touches the wall, doesn't have any damage somehow. Seriously need to change the damage, that damage setting.
JJ 3 seconds
Rxthwell
as well.
runs off. JJ 3-second time penalty, first of this race for him. It is all going easy squeamy, lemon peasy at the moment. We are a fifth of the way through the race. And as it stands, JohnJohn, I mean, unless he doesn't finish it. What happened there, Mr. Killian?
I think
Over
Cod tapped the wall on the inside at 22. I think Willow followed him. They've done a Singapore repeat. Get deflated looking at the inside of Willow now as well. Holds on, he'll get ahead. Willow gets the traction out of the corner for that better racing line. They've both got ERS and DRS. Cod setting the new fastest lap of the race. Cod taking the lead of the race. As it all simmels down again into turn 1.
It's just chaos around here. Nothing to be wary of.
I'm looking forward to this on Sunday.
Oh, 100%. We are getting a safety car as JJ makes his way past Rxthwell, but Rxthwell on the outside. Very, very nice, I guess a switchback you can call it. Switchback of dreams. Back up to the leaders. JohnJohn is behind the Cod camper and ahead of his championship rival.
Pam cakes.
Velocity Racer getting a 3-second time penalty. That soft tyre has not worked for him. Even bigger gap between him and Aya.
I think Willow got a warning for that last lap because he's now on 1 and the rest of the top 5 except Chaz are also on 1.
Oh.
So they've all kept it clean. JohnJohn's going for it already. He is not wanting to hang about. Now he's got Cod as a rear gunner, although they are still rivals for the constructors. And that might be a wee bit far out of Mercedes' reach just now. Willow having a look, I can just get caught under the rear wing of Cod Camper's Mercedes. Cod not using any ERS, just behind. I think Willow's maybe doing the same. Into turn 27, Rxthwell gets another penalty for his worries.
JJ has fallen to the back of the field. He has not got wing damage. The Velocity Racer looking at making the move on Deton. I am making the move past Prev. What's happened at the front of the grid?
That
onto
was
my track
close.
side.
They're all just kind of saving ERS into turn 1 and I think he got deflated out just a little bit, nearly tapped the rear of Willow. That would have been fun in that Xbox party. But managed to get it stopped just in time, but that was really, really close to tapping the back of that Toro Rosso.
staying really hunky-dory at the moment. Little moments of passing, getting swaps for the lead. Shivers getting a 3-second time penalty. I'm surprised. No, congratulations to Shivers for making it 7 laps on cockpit pad mode.
Deserves a round of applause, a special mention.
Yes.
The driver of the day after that. If it was, I think we need to confirm he was using it before we give him it.
Oh, he sent a picture into NA Discord a couple of days ago. Not Deaton. JJ has unfortunately spun at the hairpin. Prev getting a 3-second time penalty. I believe his first. Camper making his way past potentially JohnJohn as all 5 cars.
Well, having the look on the inside, taps the wall. That door's just closed and deflated, and Chaz going side by side as well. They're just all over the place in this top 5.
It is very equally paced here.
Here they all come.
They are 3 wide here. Who's going to lose out, if anyone? But they're all really safe there. No one wants to risk anything. Prev is in for his first pit stop of the race.
Really good run out of turn 3 for deflated. Little bit of
deflated. Contact there between deflated and Chaz.
I think that door was always going to close. Unfortunately, it's not really an overtaking spot, and you can't really give them room because you'll get a warning on exit.
Exactly.
But he's not lost any places.
Gave him a Medina going side by side with Rxthwell. Rxthwell's gone off track at the same part of the track. Steely, good evening, my friend. I hope you're doing very well.
Hello, Steely. Welcome to the madness.
Yeah, welcome to the chaos. It's very chaotic.
Oh, God, get his line all wrong through there. That's not great. So now JohnJohn be sat right on his
yellow. I believe that is for Rxthwell.
Just gonna let him through. So now again, he's got that rear gunner of COD sat behind him. They'll probably just DRS swap their way and try and stop Willow from leading this race. But the hard runners now starting to have their tyres click. They're now up and ahead of everybody else. JJ spun again at that corner. They're all very, very close into the last corner. You've got COD looking at the inside of JohnJohn. I think Willow's going to try around the outside. Chaz is going to try and follow him through. Gets the move done, and now your championship leaders are going to go side by side down the main straight. Willow takes the lead just before they get to turn 1. Chaz bulldozing his way through. He's not going to have a look.
Rxthwell has retired a safety car. It's a safety car. Rxthwell is out of this race. We'll try and see what happens to him. Prev getting a 10-second time penalty for a collision with Rxthwell. That is not good.
Wow.
But that has just changed the course of this race. Because even though... Wait, no. Everyone will get a free pit stop, but the people who have started on the hard tyres will not be happy. That is not ideal.
For them at all.
That is not ideal for JohnJohn's championship rival, Willow, currently leading the pack. What will he do strategically? That's the word.
That's unreal timing. They are about 3 or 4 wide heading into turn 1, and the safety car comes out the moment they get there. That's unreal timing.
Yeah.
Unreal timing. But like you said, for the hard runners, it's not what they want, because I think now from here, like, the hards can go to the end for the medium runners.
Yeah, they wear about 1% a lap.
Unless Willow and Chaz box now and have mediums and then pray for another safety car. But
yeah,
it's so...
Well,
unless with a few laps behind the safety car, the mediums will hang on, but they've started fading a little bit already, and it's only been 8 laps. We'll wait and see if they come in, but Willow's on that left-hand side of the track.
He is pitting.
He's beelining for it.
I mean, the mediums, most drivers...
Oh, deflated! Oh, wow. No.
Oh, no!
Oh, never mind. No! Backfired.
And that has given both of them 10-second time penalties.
Oh.
And they will not serve them now, which means that they will go through to the end of this race with 10 seconds, and I don't believe that they can be removed. That... I presume one of them went for the overtake in the pit lane entry, missed it, damn the production crew, but I presume that's what happened, and it's cost them both dearly.
That's... oh, I mean... I thought he got the move done. I was going to applaud him because I was like, that's really, really good. And then it flashed up. But I think they were both ghosted when that happened. So that's unfortunate for them. Interestingly here now, Chivers hasn't pitted and is currently P2 in between championship leaders, the main pack on old tyres in cockpit cam on a controller.
Yeah.
Yes.
Steely Shivers is running for the very first time cockpit cam on a pad.
Well, Willow has the opportunity to run away. Yeah,
He does.
he really does. But will those tyres last 15, 16 laps?
Yeah,
it's
you've
only
got
maybe about
15 laps left.
1 or 2 behind the safety car, so they're kind of praying for another one. Okay, so I'm surprised Chivers didn't box, to
I
be
don't
honest.
know what he's planning.
I don't think he does either, but he's the only Williams on track, so
He's the lead Williams.
we'll let him cook. We'll let him cook and see what he comes up with. But I think it'll be interesting to see on the restart. I think we're going to get another lap of safety car running here. So I am very quickly going to run to the kebab van and use their lavatorial devices, and then we will be back. So Sox, take it away.
Wait, sorry. As Shivers pits now. As he's technically overtook the safety car, but you know, if that was Creator Series, he would have been disqualified. Willow currently leading the way. The medium should Shivers has put onto the softs. As yeah, sure. Let him cook. Mediums will last about 10 laps before they start to go off, so you might be seeing around lap 20 that maybe Willow and Chaz start to struggle, but until that point they will be leading the way. But except from that, it will be very hunky-dory clean. JJ getting a 3-second time penalty under the safety car. That is very unfortunate for him. I can't laugh because I've done it myself. You're going to say the kebab van of something else. North. But currently, we'll do a penalties check. Currently, Deflated Wee and Cod Camper both have 10-second time penalties for an incident with each other in the pit lane entry. Ayahuasca has 3 seconds, Velocity Racer has 3 seconds, Gamer Metagamer has a 3-second time penalty, Shivers has 6, JJ has 6, and Prev has 6. Also, now that you're back, Shivers has cooked for the soft tyres.
What?
Yep.
No, let him cook.
Yeah, Shivers is trying, I imagine, trying to go to the end on soft tyres, which if in recent weeks his tyre wear, he's not been very good at managing his tyres. He's kind of struggled in that area. I think it was Japan's sprint race, so the safety car is coming in this lap, that Shivers had about 10% more tyre wear than everyone else.
I think struggled is putting it lightly. He decimated. They turned into like 20 pence pieces by the end of those races. He didn't look very healthy, but Willow to lead us away, and we will be back to normal. So now, will those medium runners pull away from everyone else on the hards? Let's find out.
You will imagine, but Willow getting us underway, he will not want to be bested by Chaz in turn
there
1,
he goes.
so he's going to wait, and he goes earlier than I expected. Little bit of a wheel spin in the back from, I think, D. A little gap has formed already between 8th and 9th. Everything hunky-dory. Shivers making his way through past Padge, using those soft tyres to his advantage. How long will they last? We don't know. Actually, it'll be about 5 laps, but you know, we'll wait and see. Or in Shivers' case, it'll be 3.
3 corners. But they've all managed to keep it clean so far. There's no extra warnings, no pens, nobody get caught out in the restart. but I think JohnJohn knows he has this wrapped up. Even now, he still has this championship, and we've got cars like Deflated and COD with those pens as well. They'll probably get removed. I don't see them boxing again unless another safety car comes out.
Prev is round.
He's
got wing damage.
Had
he
an
is stuck
incident
on track, and he was stuck. So
yeah, that's
yeah. So yep. He has got wing damage though, so he will have to pit.
For you, sir. But I think JohnJohn knows he can just sit behind, doesn't need to burn up the tyres. He knows that Willow and Chaz, mainly Willow, has to kind of push a lot on these tyres if he wants to make them worthwhile, because otherwise they'll just be sat doing like hard pace on mediums.
Yeah, as Willow sets the fastest lap of the race with 12 laps to go. He'd been on the tyres for 3 laps, so I still suspect around lap 20, maybe 21, you'll start to see Willow and Chaz struggle a bit more, because mediums will go about 10 laps.
Was about 8 laps, I think, before they all boxed, and you can see they were struggling. Oh, Prev, oh, Deton.
Prev has retired from this race. Deton gets a 3-second time penalty. It's not how Prev would have wanted to end his season. Shiver's making even more moves ahead of Deton now. Him and Madagamer got a bit of contact in the previous lap at the hairpin, but nothing bad came out of it.
JohnJohn out of DRS of the top 2.
I think we kind of expected that fall now, because JohnJohn will be waiting for those medium tyres to the crossover period to happen, in which he'll
basically
be the quickest driver.
Waiting on them to fall off the cliff, basically.
Exactly.
Deflate's nearly fallen out of JohnJohn's DRS as well. He's just about hanging on at the 8, 9 tenths through the last couple of corners, but I think, oh excuse me, they are both pushing, definitely, so just try to break DRS and I think they'll swap. Aya having a little look on Deflated, gives him just enough room, maybe a little over and under if he can get the traction down.
They're side by side. Deflated way in this corner during this race weekend has not been very good, but Aya goes off track and Deflated Wee stays ahead, out of DRS though of JohnJohn.
It's just a little bit clumsy through that corner, because if you're on the inside you're just going to force the guy on the outside wide. It's not really like an overtaking spot, unfortunately. As cool as that would be, it's really not. But the top 2 are trying to, I think, DRS slip their way away, and it's like it'll work, but the amount that they're pushing their tyres already, and they want these to go to the end of the race, they're going to fall off a lot earlier if they're pushing this hard already. Willow, they're missing the apex just a little bit, a wee bit of understeer, dragging him wide, but it's still in JohnJohn's hands. He basically just has to keep on going and not crash. So yeah. That's all he has to do.
As Chaz makes his way past Willow. Yeah, all JohnJohn has to do is finish, and he basically wins the championship.
Nice wee fight for P4 here with COD and Iron Deflated.
Exactly, Willow making his way through to turn 1.
Liam!
As Ayahuasca was on the inside and COD Camper's on the outside, but COD Camper moves into 4th. It's not 3rd.
COD just doing his usual move, just riding all the way around the outside and just letting everybody else fight. But that was Schumacher-esque from Deflated there. That was awful close to the Aya shaking hands.
Doing it now.
Jesus himself. That was.
Madagamer gets 3 seconds.
That was close. That was very, very close. But it's what you want to see for a finale. I did say before we wanted like some entertainment, but that doesn't mean near enough putting your opponent in the pits. Oh, big slide as well from Deflated. He's not having a good time.
Well, he is on the hard tyres, so maybe he's struggling to get them up to temperature. It's not what he will want yet, though.
It's all just kind of starting to like simmer down a wee bit. Chizers? Shivers indeed. I was taking a drink of my water. Shivers indeed, I think he'll just be swapping about now because his tyres will be bolder than Greg Wallace. So he'll probably be into the pits in the next few laps.
So you've got yellow.
Deflated
wee has gone into the wall. I missed that. That is very unfortunate. He has not got wing damage, luckily, so he will be able to continue on, but he is now being looked at by well, Shivers and Deton, if Shivers hadn't been passed by Deton there. Looking like the soft tyres are going off here.
Side by side. Or not, they back out. See, that's what you should do.
That's exactly. Madagamer looking like he went slightly off track there. Nothing too serious. Willow still in the lead by half a tenth. Chaz.
That last corner catches a fair amount of it. It's not just me. It's really awkward for like side by side because you're turning in your sort of low speed at the same time, so naturally there's just less traction, basically.
Yeah.
So the moment there's contact, it's just an immediate slide and you're off. I think Velocity's had a spin and he's lost some wing as well. Oh, that was close. Matty Gamer, but he's lost some of that left-hand end plate.
Chaz makes his way past Willow.
He might be into the pits. Got JJ and Padge near enough going side by side into 22, 23. I think they're just going to back out and keep it normal for now. Your front two, just DRS swapping their way away. Just making sure that I think a 3-second window's healthy for now, just in case of any pens, but Willow's only on 1 and Chaz is on 2, so maybe just try to make another wee safety net just in case of like a safety car or if anything else. But still, JohnJohn's to lose. Still right in it.
Everyone behaving. Only 4 drivers have not got time penalties so far. You got Willow, JohnJohn, who you would expect, well, you would hope not to get time penalties. Padge, who rarely gets them, and Chaz, of course, who got one in the sprint, so hopefully got all his track limits out then. As Madagamer gets a 3-second time penalty, and another one.
Commentators curse strikes again. We actually are such jinxies, by the way. It's really fun. Chivers deep on. Oh, that's a bit silly, guys. Tripping up over each other there. Chivers managing to stay ahead. I think they've just tried to go side by side through 22, 23. It's just not really worked, and one of them's ended up off the track. But all they're fighting is going to bring Matty Gamer and Velocity behind them as well into that nice wee fight for P8. I'm surprised Chivers are still out on those softs. I won't lie, they must be screaming for mercy.
He must
Deton gets past him.
There's no way he's trying to make it to the end on the soft, so they will not do it. Unless he wants the fastest lap, and you know. All is behaving, all is calming.
I think it's all simmered down. I think that safety car kind of calmed everybody down a wee bit, and we've kind of like relaxed.
Exactly.
We're not going like 2 or 3 wide down the main straight anymore.
Yeah, we're basically waiting for the point that the medium tyres start to drop off, and even without DRS swapping, to see if JohnJohn can catch up. It's Willow and Chaz swap places again. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it?
Be good to see if Aya can get into JohnJohn's DRS. He's not getting the ERS right now to properly push. He's down at about 15-14%. But if he gets into that window, it's interesting because he either attacks and there's a slight little mix-up, and it might send JohnJohn down the field, but it might not cost him that much, or he just lets him straight through and he doesn't really bother fighting it. Since I think JohnJohn currently is just trying to avoid just all like confrontation possible. doesn't want to deal with anything. Oh, Chaz!
There it is! Chaz getting a 3-second time penalty! That is not good, but it does put JohnJohn back into P2. Not on track, but at the end of the race he will be P2 as it currently stands. No, he's not. Commentator's curse strikes again.
I think it'll definitely help him. It means he doesn't need to push as much as he thought just to get near, or maybe gain a wee place or two. But still, JJ was another one as well. They're flying in now. I think he'll stick with where he is. Knows he doesn't really need to push. He's just chilling. It is quite simply bring the car home. That is it. And the only hope he has is that Chaz and Willow somehow trip up over each other. Oh, excuse me. JohnJohn's still on 0 warnings, and Willow's still on 1 as well. So they're both the same. COD gets up past them. Aya as well. Oh, my hiccups have come back. Good lord. John has it in the bag. There's really no chance. Yeah, exactly. It is quite simply bring the car home. No silliness. Like, that is it. All he has to do. No, I'm not trying to like commentators curse him, but
Aya gets 3 seconds. We've got 5 laps remaining in this race. Only 3 drivers without track limit penalties or penalties of some kind. Padge going straight on at turn 1, getting passed by JJ.
Really has all just kind of like quieting down. I think every race I've done like commentary for, there's always been something.
Yeah, Shivers is, I think, really starting to struggle on the soft tyres.
If he takes those to the end, that's fair play.
Yeah.
But with the amount of fighting that he's been doing and having Matty Gamer and Velocity right behind him, I don't think it's gonna help.
Exactly.
Has a look to the outside. 22 gives him the room. He's off track. He's gonna rejoin behind Matty Gamer. It will invite Velocity back in as well. It's a lovely wee fight for the lower places. This is
exactly.
Brought the fighting back.
It's like the real life F1. Battles are always there at the back of the grid, but not there at the front of the grid where everyone wants them to be.
I think Deaton just managed to sneak DRS there.
And we'll find out. Neither of them have it.
None of them got it.
They must have crossed the line at the same exact time. That's usually what the tell is.
Outside, goes to the inside for the next corner, try to get a decent run off of turn 3, can't quite get it. They're going to go side by side into turn 4. Careful guys, that's a lot of respect for each other, fair play. Deaton manages to get back through. Matty Gamer trying to hold it on the outside, can't quite get it done. And Velocity will need to sit behind for now and hope they trip up over each other again, and Shivers as well, just sat behind.
Matty Gamer has a lock-up, sending Velocity wide. Chaz makes his way past Willow again. Ayahuasca making his way past COD Camper. Interesting.
I think COD might have made a wee bit of a mistake there, because it looked like it was really far off and quite slow. Coming out 22, 23. Unless he's just playing DRS games, because here he goes. Flies back past. I think they might just be DRSing their way to JohnJohn as well, but he does have that 10 seconds, but we don't know if that will be removed or not.
Yeah, we'll wait for the steward's room after this race, if it does get appealed. Corgi is the steward for this week, so we'll wait and see what he decides.
back to the fight for P8. We've got JJ and Padge still fighting as well.
They're having a lovely little ding dong
at the end. Oh, that was a big sin from Matty. He's got that all wrong. Catches out velocity. Shivers is now having a look just behind them as well, but I don't think he's going to get the traction down on his incredibly worn down soft tyres. If they make it to the end, it's incredible.
That is
absolutely masterclass in tyre management, but they look like they are struggling a lot. Oh, they both get caught out in the curb in the middle of the first sector, just in the exit of, I want to say turn 8? Turn 8-9? I think it's turn 8-9, I think it is.
I've not got a clue.
I've drawn the track map and I've still got no idea. Aya flies back past COD as well, so they'll just DRS swapping their way there as well. Mighty Gamer tapping the wall.
Shivers 3-second time penalty.
Picks one up as well.
Even on those stupidly old medium tyres, with the help of DRS, JohnJohn is not able to catch up to Chaz and Willow. It's not how I think JohnJohn would have wanted to end his season. He is ending the champion, so I don't know why I've said that, but you know.
I think he's got constructors wrapped up as well. I don't think Mercedes are going to make a big enough
even with them being 2 P2 and what would be P5 at the end of the race. I can't do the maths.
Yellows?
Yellow, that's JohnJohn!
JohnJohn!
That's JohnJohn! And he stopped! JohnJohn has stopped, and he's going again. That's just... No!
What's just happened?
What's just happened there? I mean, he's still P5, but...
Did his wheel have a moment? Did it disconnect? Like,
what? They do a Fernando Alonso and take his wheel off the car?
What's just happened?
And this battle between COD Camper and Aya is now for a podium. JohnJohn is outside the 10-second gap of COD Camper currently, so JohnJohn will be P5 and COD Camper will be P4 as it currently stands. Madagamer making his way past Shivers. But that is very weird. We do not know what happened there. I don't know if there were style points involved there, but you know.
That's a weird one. Is it maybe just pushing too hard to try and catch up? They had the title in the bag, so there was no...
Maybe.
There was no need to... I'm bamboozled. We'll get back to you on that one.
Exactly. Does this now allow Mercedes to catch up anywhere in the the Constructors' Championship? As Padge made his way past JJ.
Need to put the calculator out for this one.
Yeah, we will make sure that we get you the Constructors' Championship standings by the end of the stream. That way we can reveal, hopefully, what has happened.
Fingers crossed.
Pending any reports, which I will beg Snacks to say something on Sunday. No, Snacks isn't streaming on Sunday. When whoever streams on Sunday, I will beg them to tell you the results if they have changed. But as we now enter the final lap of this race, Willow is the car behind, so we'll have the benefits of DRS, but they have a little battle with Chaz. Chaz has a look to the inside, but nothing comes of it. Ridge remembers having one of his kids unplug his controller during MotoGP, and that happened. Madagamer getting another 3-second time penalty. Unfortunate for him, as Chaz goes off track at Sausage Corner. That's probably easier. But either way, with his 3-second time penalty, he will not be winning this race. Which means Willow has done all that he has had to do, as JJ and Padge are fighting again. Willow has done all that he can do, but even with whatever happened with JohnJohn, as Shivers gets a 3-second time penalty, another one, JohnJohn still wins the Drivers' Championship. And as Killian gets his calculator out and tries to calculate the Constructors' Championship, Chaz has made his way past Willow into the final corner, and this will be a lovely battle for the end of the race, as I think Chaz is celebrating like he's won, but Willow will finish ahead of Chaz by points by 3-second time penalty. Cod Camper will be next across the line, but will be overtaken by Aya because of a 10-second time penalty. Then our champion, JohnJohn, will come across the line to celebrate his championship win. POWEN is very Swan Lakey over the line. Deflated Wee will enter. Will do some donuts for everyone. Oh, that will be very fun. I don't know if he's in a battle, Ferrari in a battle for any constructors things, so he's doing donuts to celebrate his season, which then promotes Deton to P7, Velocity Racer to P8, Madagamer to P9. One of the Deton has now lost a wheel on the start-finish straight. Very funny. Deflated Wee still doing donuts. We let him celebrate for now, and everyone else is doing Deton. Everyone else is doing donuts. It's a shame that Deflated Wee can't join them together, otherwise he will get disqualified, but Deflated Wee crosses the line, and we will enjoy the donuts from Shivers, Padge, and JJ. JJ has completed his donuts, and I believe is done. Padge has also done, and Shivers is doing more. Of course, he did make it to the end of the race on 15-lap old soft tyres, which is a miracle. He's going to reverse across the line. It is the final race of the season, so we do not mind.
Anything's allowed.
Anything goes. So JJ. That's not JJ, that's Willow. Willow's come across the line to lap them again. Shivers now crosses the line now. He may finish last on track, but he finishes with grace and Swan Lake. Thank you very much, Rids. We hope to catch you again on the potential streams that are going to be at the end this week. I do not know what streams there'll be, but there'll definitely be one for Assist It, as Cod Camper will be fighting for the Drivers' Championship with Jakob, I think. Or Deflated, I'm not sure. But either way, there is a battle for the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship, which Padge will be looking to become a 2-time Constructors' Champion in the same season.
Well, the news we have is that Aston Martin are your no assists season 8 Constructors Champions.
Congratulations.
Oh, my math ain't great, oh boy.
They've
13 points, I want to say.
Wow. Congratulations to Aston Martin.
Not by much,
So it all ends. Willow P1, Chaz P2, Aya P3, Cod P4, JohnJohn P5, POWEN P6, Deton P7, Velocity Racer P8, Madagamer P9, Deflated Wee P10, but donuts, Padge 11th, 12th, JJ Shivers 13th, Prev and Rxthwell being the DNFs. As Owen saying he got a 10 for English. Woo.
What does that mean? I'm Scottish.
I don't know either. Is that like?
Is that good? I'm assuming that's good.
No, because in England the GCSE grades are 1 to 9, 9 to 1 even. So that kind of confuses me as well.
Did you lick the English test paper and that's why you get a 10? If it goes in 1 to 9, did you lick the paper?
I don't even want to know if he has, to be honest. I'd be very concerned. But either way, that is the end of a very, very great season. in which JohnJohn has. Is it his third championship win in a row? Or second?
Think it's second in a row.
We will. Let's try and confirm that now. Just so that way we can all go home happy. Uh, Last season champion was JohnJohn, and in season 6 champion was JohnJohn.
3 in a row.
And season 5, just for the sake of, champion was JohnJohn. What?
4 in a row.
Season 4 champion was 1010. So JohnJohn is a this is his fourth championship in a row.
Probably should have got
He's,
that stat like written down, but oh
he's,
well.
he's,
We're here now.
he was champion in season 5, champion in season 6, and champion last season. So that is JohnJohn's fourth title in a row. As Reid says, the JohnJohn show. Exactly. I think if Willow hadn't received as many penalties, he might have been able to scrape it, but unfortunately, a few little mistakes here and there has cost him of the championship that he was so would like to win. But anywho, that is the end of our No Assist season. There, we will be back on the next game cycle for No Assist, which I presume will be sometime maybe late June, early July, maybe. But
Fingers crossed.
there might be a stream on Thursday for F2, the F2 finale. There is nothing to fight for, so it will just be for fun, as Steinos has already won the drivers and the constructors championships in that. And then I believe Willow will be streaming on Sunday for Assist Here, in which Cod Camper will be looking to win his first Assist Here title. So with that, thank you very much for joining me, Killian. It was a pleasure to have you back in your combox after you forgot where we were,
Slight
kebab
debrief.
fans. Yep. Thank you very much for joining me, and it has been an absolute pleasure to be able to do 12 out of the 13 races of this season with you guys. And I will, as I said earlier, I will hopefully be racing in NA next season, so I will not be streaming it. So maybe you'll have a different streamer next year, in which, and depending what other tiers might happen, depends where I might be streaming. But with that, that is all from me and Killian tonight. We'll be back at 7:30 p.m. on Thursday for F2, and that is it from me and Killian. How would you like to do it this for the final time, or I give you the
I think
oh,
for the culture you should do it.
okay, okay, and that is it from us, and that is it for the season in NA. Bye.